What advice do I have for brand new officers in the U.S. Army or the U.S. military in general? I got 5 things for you right now. I'm Keith. I'm an Army Lieutenant Colonel. I've been sharing my journey on social media lately and getting a lot of questions that I'm trying to answer in videos like this one. So like, subscribe, follow if this sort of content works for you, and drop a comment if there's something else you'd like to see. I joined the Army in 1999 as an E1 with a GED, so I've had a lot of experience from junior soldier level all the way through Lieutenant Colonel. And here's the 5 things I tell new officers. Number 1, everything is your responsibility. Take the blame, move on. It doesn't matter whose fault it really is. If I have a lieutenant and something goes wrong in their platoon, I don't really care what happened. Usually, I really just care about, did we learn our lesson? Did we fix it? Is it going to be better next time? The fastest way to get to that point as a lieutenant or young officer is by simply saying, we made a mistake and we'll do better next time. And then you move forward. That works every single time. I had to learn that lesson as a lieutenant because I had been a non-commissioned officer. As an NCO, I could control most things in my sphere of influence. But once I became a lieutenant, a platoon leader in particular, I could not. And I had to quickly move forward with this concept of like, hey, everything is my responsibility. It's my fault. Let's move forward. It works. Do it. Number 2, you'll hear this a lot, and it really matters. Listen. Your non-commissioned officers are there to train everybody, including you as a lieutenant. I'm a lieutenant colonel. I have a master sergeant. He trains me still to this day. I couldn't survive without him. Listen to your non-commissioned officers, and the day will come when you don't listen. You're going to have a good idea. You're going to tell your sergeant you have a good idea. They're going to tell you it's not a good idea. You're going to do it anyway. It's going to blow up in your face. This happens. We all know it's going to happen. When that day comes, the most important thing you can do as an officer to prove that you're worth a damn is go to your sergeant and say, you know, Sergeant, you were right. That was not a very good idea, and that blew up in my face. I'll do better next time. You'll earn their trust and respect if you do that. If instead you ignore the problem or blame somebody else, you're absolutely cooked. Number 3, people are everything. One of the phrases I've heard is mission first, people always. I don't know, whatever works for you. But ultimately, your people are what make you and your organization and the mission a success. If you're not prioritizing your people and taking care of your people, you are going to fail. Here's another thing about prioritizing people. At some point, you'll prioritize a person's needs and it'll bite you. It'll somehow come back to get you. And that's okay. Keep doing it anyways. I'll give you an example. As a lieutenant, I had a guy who said, I really need a pass. I need to go take care of this personal business. And I said, okay, I'll give you a pass. The sergeant, my sergeant, said, that's a terrible idea. Do you see where this is going? The sergeant said, that's a terrible idea. And I said, well, I'm going to do it anyway. I gave the soldier a pass. He didn't come back the next duty day when he was supposed to come back. And well, I look like a jerk for giving it to him. And you know what? I'd do it again because I'm always going to invest in people first, even when it blows up in my face. But I did go to my sergeant and say, Sergeant, that was a terrible idea. I'll do better next time. Number 4, property. This is one of the areas so many people get wrong. And here's what they typically do wrong. They say things like, when I took over the platoon, my commander didn't give me enough time to do an inventory, so I didn't sign the hand receipt. Therefore, I'm not responsible. That is absolutely incorrect. 30 days after you take responsibility for your platoon, that property is yours, bro, whether you've signed for it or not. Go talk to your supply sergeant if you don't believe me. There is a level, there's different types of property responsibility, and one of them is just being in charge of it. Therefore, it's your problem. So make sure you're getting with your supply sergeant. You're doing your inventories. You're finding the time to do it because it will be your responsibility. And as an officer, it's all fun and games until they come for your money because you lost property. And the last one I'll give you here is be good at physical fitness. You don't have to be great. I didn't have to be great, I should say, as a Signal Corps officer, but I was pretty great. If you're a maneuver officer, probably the bar of excellence is a little bit higher. But overall, I'm a PT stud. I pass my PT test. I fail my PT test or my height and weight. At least be this one. You have to be able to pass your physical fitness test. You have to be able to pass height and weight. Your supervisor, your captain, your colonel, your major does not want to have to coach you to pass your PT test. That is the last thing we want to do. That is your responsibility. pass your PT test. If you're a PT stud, great. The Army loves a PT stud. That is true. But at a minimum, just pass the damn PT test. That's my no BS advice from a lieutenant colonel who served for 27 years. Hit like, hit subscribe, drop a comment. Let me know what else you'd like to see, because I'm going to keep bringing you real content like this as long as I think people like it. I'm Keith. Have a great day. And as we say in the Army, drink water.